alaikum. Howdy, y'all. Come on in. That's what we need. I just pulled up to our masjid and I noticed, actually yesterday, whenever I was leaving, I noticed that they were putting up this huge tent. Like, okay, yesterday when I left, I noticed they were putting up something huge. And then I just pulled in today and it's like this huge. It took us a second, but we got there. Anyways, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I really hope that this is them like going ahead and making efforts now to make space for Ramadan. I converted about 7 years ago, and my first experience at a masjid was like maybe less than a year later. And now there's floods of converts coming to Islam who are going to be looking for a masjid, and God forbid they have the experiences that I've had. My first experience at a masjid, I was ushered around to the very backside of the masjid. I was walked down these really nasty, smelly, creepy stairs to a basement, and it was dark and dungy and nasty, and there was concrete floors, and it was a tiny space so small that it was my first time praying in congregation, and the woman in front of me sat on my head. We were literally, you couldn't move, and it was right beside the bathrooms. I'm just reminiscing. And then another night, I brought my son, and we were here for Laylat al-Qadr, and a woman actually trampled my son. Yeah, and to this day, I'm sorry, I maintain she did it on purpose, because there was one cup of water left, and I was behind him, nobody was there, and I was like, okay, Habibi, go grab it. And I went to go, and he went to walk to go get it, and I looked over, and I saw a woman walking to it. I saw her look at my son, notice he was going to it, and she plowed right in front of him. He knocked back and grabbed it off the table. So yeah, it's always shocking when Muslims don't act like Muslims during Ramadan especially, but I think that the masjid's doing their part and making these spaces somewhere that people are safe and can, like, you know, maybe calm the frick down a little bit and try to act right, especially after they've been fasting all day and probably trying not to, like, kill someone. I think that's a huge part of it, is that the masjids need to be making these communities a lot more welcoming and recognizing that it's no longer just like, I feel like it's just important that they start recognizing like there is a very diverse amount of Western Americans coming to Islam, and they're looking for masjids, and they're already packed with all of the uncles and khaltus. So I think that at this point, need to be a little bit on top of things. Gotta make space, you know? Make people comfortable. Ooh, maybe I should, like, teach them. Having somebody at the door and being like, Assalamu alaikum, ahlan wa sahlan. And be like, Assalamu alaikum, howdy, y'all, come on in. That's what we need.